What's up, Skirt Sub Squad?
Did you just take my line?
It's Samantha.
And Melissa.
I'm going to actually tell you guys how it is right now.
It was so fun. We couldn't even make it up. I'm going to do it. I'm going to wear it in public.
Then she looks at me and she goes, that's what Jesus is for.
We are about normalizing things that are hard to talk about.
So I was like, deer in headlights, skirts out. But keep your panties on. Welcome to our first episode in November.
It's November 3rd.
October flew. It flew, and here we are in November. Like, it's just wild. Like, the year, this is maybe glass half empty, but it feels like the year is almost over. Like, where did it go?
Well, yeah. Or half full because, like, we made it.
Yes, just like that refrain. We're going to go with that.
We made it.
We made it. Yes, that is what we're going for. And when we were talking earlier, you mentioned that maybe it feels that way because October is just kind of like our favorite month.
Yeah, and I wish it could last a little longer, I'll be honest. Like, I freaking love it getting cold. I love the leaves starting to fall.
Change colors.
Yeah.
Because November is when it's fall.
That's true. Here in Georgia, they don't fall as early as they do up north.
Yes.
But you're right. November is really more because they were falling at your wedding.
They were falling at my wedding, which our anniversary is on the, oh my gosh, the 10th, November 10th. So next week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Are you doing anything fun?
We don't have anything planned, and I think I'm low-key waiting to see if he forgets.
If he does do something. Oh, if he forgets? Oh, you're trying to trap it.
I'm not. I really okay.
I think you're trying to see low-key if he remembers.
Yes, because regardless, I can honestly say, full-heartedly say, right now, if he didn't remember, I would just laugh and not have any hard feelings. Things are just so good. There's nothing he could even give me right now that would mean more than just spending time together. So I think I would laugh if he forgot and just be like, well, I guess you gotta make it up to me. I'm hearing the melting pot. He doesn't like the melting pot. I like the melting pot.
I know. Works great. I love it because it's true though. I don't think you're really trying to trap him. I was just joking. But it is nice to kind of be like, oh, is there going to be a surprise? What's going to happen? As long as you don't get mad when
when you are in a negative headspace, though, that is for sure a trap. If that's your mindset, for sure.
I've done it before.
I was about to say, I want to say I probably have done it before, but I've done it before.
Yeah. It's not fair, but it's happened. But, that's so good that things are perfect. I really can't wait to see if he does what he does.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. If he does, cool. And if not, I'm hearing the melting pot. That's where we're going. The melting pot. Good. They should pay me for this.
They should.
I don't think we mentioned this in the last episode, so I just want to remind everyone that we have our subscription on our website, so you can pay to get our extended full episodes and with video, which I think people have been asking. People have been asking us for.
Well, I didn't realize people had asked you. I had a couple people ask me too.
Yeah, I didn't know anyone was asking you. I just know that on my side, people were like, man, I wish there was a video because I don't get into just listening.
Which is weird because I think you and I are both on the same page where we're like, no, I can only listen when I'm working or doing something because I don't have time to sit there and watch. But
yeah,
they want to see us. We got to give them what they want.
We made it. Oh, so that's awesome. That is there. Check it out. It's on our website. We also have our charity event for canine assistance coming up with Clejon as our head performance. And we also have an opening band called Carrie in the Fields. So it's just going to be this whole fun.
Wait.
Oh, you
know Carrie in the Fields. You know them.
Yeah, I went to school with them.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
that's exciting.
It's really exciting. It's going to be just this music-filled magical day. And it's all
dogs.
Yes. Seriously.
And kids.
Yeah.
How could you ask for more?
Beer. Yeah. Good drinks. Dogs. amazing music for a good cause. Like, come on.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be really
so
nice.
Fun. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
Yay. And another thing, you guys may have seen this by the time it comes out. Melissa, I just shared this with you. Our episode, I'm so thankful for the opportunity that we get to talk with people of all different walks of life. Someone had come across our episode with the domestic violence and sexual assault investigator, where we talked about the red signs and symptoms and, you know, what you can do when you find yourself in a domestic violence situation. And someone heard that episode and reached out and said that episode is what led them to get away from their situation. And I'm just so thankful that the investigator was open and with her story and was able to talk to us, and that DeKalb County even let her do that, because I know that can be, you know, kind of
can be dicey, right?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, she had like a lot to say already, and she had a lot of experience with dealing with these things with other people, but that investigator was so freaking open about her own story, like you just said.
Yes.
And I think that was the nail in the coffin on that one.
Yeah, I just got goosebumps. And, you know, we just got out of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So I just feel like it was just perfect timing.
Yeah, it was really special.
It was special. I'm also thankful for the episode that we're going into today. But first.
But what?
We need to talk about our fails.
Oh, okay.
Mine's not really a fail. Mine's kind of stupid. So I'll go first, and then you go run with yours.
Mine is really dumb, but
no,
okay,
it's so good because it's like an actual fail, but like it's funny.
Okay.
Mine's really like, I really don't have anything good. Mine was, I don't like cats. I've never liked cats. But then this like little like young black cat just kind of walked onto the property the other day, and I fell in love with him. He's got this like chopped tail. It's not a bobtail, but it's not a full tail, so something happened to his tail, and he's just so adorable. He's solid black, and I just love him so much. And I named him Jinx because I thought that was the name of the cat in Hocus Pocus. Turned out,
when you told me that's why you named him that, I was like, oh yeah, because I thought it was the name of the cat too.
Yes, my neighbor did the same thing. They're like, oh, like Hocus Pocus, and you know, like that's yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then my sister comes over and she goes, you know, it's Binks.
Hannah.
Yes, I was like, no, it's not. It's Binks.
Binks
but
with a V.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
I left it as Jinx. His name is Jinx. And then, you know, karma kind of hit because I accepted one cat and now there's fucking two. So name that one Karma. That's what
I wonder if they're littermate. Oh no, they're different.
No
ages.
way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The second one's like way younger.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre. I have no idea.
Is she friendly like Jinx?
Oh yeah. She's more timid, but she is very friendly, and I don't know, she's like afraid of him, and he's like a little rough, and I'm like, okay, well, I really love him, so if this is gonna be a problem, like she's gonna have to see her way out, but
they'll figure it out.
I'm hoping they do, because she's adorable.
Oh, what does she look like?
She's like this little calico, and it could turn out to be a boy. Like again, when they're this young, you really can't tell. I think it's a girl, and I think it's Karma.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you named her Karma?
I did. Karma's a bitch. I accepted one cat, got another.
I love it. That's not a fail in my opinion.
Yeah, well.
Success. And I love it.
Yes, more to love. True fail is it was Binks, not Jinx.
Oh, that's the fail. Yeah, that's adorable.
Okay, but tell yours because it's so good. It's like,
is it the
best thing?
Yes, it's really dumb. I think, okay, guys, she's actually overhyping it. I'm worried you're not going to like it.
I think it's because it literally, as you're telling me, I'm like, man, why do you and Courtney not hang out more? Because it's like you guys are the same person, and I think that's why I love it so much.
Okay, I don't know why we don't either because I love her, but Yeah, I was at the dog park the other day, and I feel like people there are, you can talk, you can make jokes, and people are always inappropriately like joking about, oh, the dogs
That's
humping
not
each
even the
other.
one I'm talking about.
Well, I'll get there.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so then this dog came into the dog park, and she had like these kind of swollen looking titties. And so somebody was like, "Oh, has she had a litter recently?" And he's like, "No, but I think she's about to go into cycle again." And I was like, "Oh, she's in." And I put my hands on my breast like this. And I was like, "Oh, she's in that like swollen boob stage or tender breast stage or something." And everyone just stood there. And I was just joking. I was trying to be funny. And everyone just like looked away and kind of kept talking. And I looked and I dropped my hands and I was like, "Yeah, that happened."
Yep, yep. That's exactly what would happen to me. I think it was funny. And since you said the word titty, I need to say now,
What?
now that I, okay,
Oh no, oh no.
a word that I have a hard time remembering how to spell for some reason is practitioner. And then I realized that there's titty in practitioner, and now I spell it right every time.
That's insane. That is funny.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Continue.
You're the practitioner. Never mind. But yeah, no, that's my fail. It's so, and then, well, are you
What is
talking
it?
about the other?
Yes, the better one. The better one.
Okay, well, what's funny is I told her that story earlier, and she's like, "You always have dog fails." And I was like, "No, I don't." And when she said that, I remembered a memory that I had forgotten for years. When I was little, I was trying mine. We had a golden retriever and she had a litter of 13 puppies. And I remember thinking how she must be so tired because she was always working to feed them. And my dad caught me. I must have been like 4 years old, because maybe even younger. But he came out where we were keeping the puppies and the dog, and he caught me with puppies, two puppies under my shirt, and I was trying to breastfeed them. And he said,
Adorable.
"That is not how it works."
That
I
is
was
so
like,
funny.
oh, so I do have a lot of dog fails.
You know
Started
what's
young.
funnier though?
What?
That's still not the one I want you to tell.
What?
The one you told me last night.
What happened last night?
You lost your keys.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I do have a lot of dog fails.
Man, I am making you air out all the dirty laundry because this is the one I've been waiting for.
Oh my gosh, it was awful. So, and I even had a friend I was supposed to meet. She was going to meet me at the shop. Luckily, she actually not backed out, but she ended up canceling. And so she wasn't here waiting for me. But yeah, I was at the dog park with Oliver last night, actually. And I went to get in the car, and the car was locked and I couldn't get in. And I have like the kind where like the key fob, if you're close, you can push the button on the handle and it will unlock the door. And so I'm like, well, great. I lost my keys somewhere. And I thought, surely I'll just turn around and retrace my steps. I'll find them. Well, I didn't find them. And then I had like everybody in the dog park. There were three other people like policing the whole area. They were asking people if they'd seen keys. They
Oh,
were looking everywhere for my keys. And then they were like, "Sorry, Melissa." And they ended up leaving. I mean, after like a good 30 minutes of searching, right?
there's only so much you can do.
Exactly. And I was like, well, I guess I'll just call Jacob anyway. And so because they did offer me a ride. And I was like,
Oh,
well, I'm going to call Jacob. And so I called him and he's like, okay, yeah, I can come get you. But what are we going to do to fix this? Like, what are we going to do? Your car is there. And I was like, I don't even know right now. Just come get me, because it was starting to rain. So for like another 20 or 30 minutes. And at this point, it was dark and it was rainy. And I was just walking around in the rain with my flashlight trying to find. Jacob gets there and he walks around for like 5 minutes. And then he goes, "Oh, here they are." Somebody had found them. And before we even started looking, I guess they had gone to the parking lot, figured out which car it went to, and they had tucked them like under the windshield wipers, like down where they're like falling into the hood. And so I couldn't see them because it's a truck and I'm not short, but anyway, so thank goodness for Jacob and the kindness of his heart to come out in the rain, and he found them. Good.
gosh.
Yeah. So I guess the person hid them there so that they wouldn't get like stolen,
Yeah.
because they didn't know who.
Right. That's just a hard place, like, to put them there. Like, how are you supposed to know?
Right. Like if there was a note, but then that would defeat the purpose too.
Right.
Like maybe somebody could still. So I know they did the right thing.
Yes.
And I was looking everywhere, like on the ground, under the tires, thinking, well, maybe if someone found them, they would like set them on top of a tire or under one or something.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, like on top of a tire.
Yeah, but so that happened too. So,
You're welcome, guys. You got 3 stories in
yeah,
one.
you sure did. Tricky girl.
I know. Well, you just I'm forgetting the one that I wanted.
You're like, I
How
had
did
to
it
pull it
yourself?
out of you. I did. I did. I kept
That's
so
not the
funny.
one I want, Melissa.
I'm like, I didn't even have to tell you guys I was breastfeeding puppies from the age of 4.
Nope. No, you didn't. You volunteered that one. Oh, okay. So in our first episode of this season, I think you guys heard us talk about some of the episodes that really touched us. And this is actually one of them because this is one with astrology scientist. Is that kind of how you explained her?
I would call her an astrologist, I guess.
An astrologist. That sounds very professional and logical. I like it.
But we loved her.
Yeah.
She was so good at like just teaching us things as if we were 5 because we
Right.
needed it. We needed it.
Yes. And then all of a sudden we were like, hold up. Let's like, is there like a tangible example? And she takes one and it's about us and she runs with it. And we just learned, I don't know if it's that we learn so much. It's that it feels so good to like be seen and like have something reflect what we're trying to do.
Exactly. She was amazing.
And actually I have already recorded to be on her podcast. So when that comes out, I'll let you guys know. And Melissa, you're supposed to
reach out. I need to get on. I get on that.
Yeah. So yay, our first guesting appearance.
Take it away, Laura.
Today we have with us Laura Alyn. She's an artist, host, and scientist, which is a whole big realm of things, and she's going to tell us all about it. Right?
I'm an artist. I paint. I write books. I'm a hula dancer.
Oh,
wow. So a bunch of things in like the artistic realm that before I wasn't able to do. Growing up, I was accelerated in math, so it was always about math and like being good at math and all of like the hard stuff with like academia and like really
sure,
and devoting myself to it. And so now I get to like have fun and do all my artistic things. I have 2 podcasts. So that's where the host comes in. And then with the scientist part, I'm getting my PhD right now in education and I'm focusing on everything. So I just love everything. And before, when I started this project, it was really looking at what the purpose of education was. So that's why I was trying to like bring in all these different academic subjects. But I found out what the purpose of education is. It's to connect. So the reason why we learn about plants is to connect with plants. When we learn about cars, to connect with cars. Whatever we learn, it's to connect with it so that then what I've learned is that it's like a mirror of learning within ourselves. So then I went whole like rabbit hole of like, okay, well then who am I? I've always just been devoted to academia. Who is all of this? And so that's how I started piecing everything together.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I'm looking at 16 different ways of knowing and then how it can inform us to make better decisions. So that's
what do you mean 16 different ways of knowing, as in like different learning styles?
No. So back in the 1700s, there was a huge debate on, do we know things based on logic? Like if we can logically prove something, that's how we know that it's real, versus using our senses, and then that's how we know that it's real.
Okay.
But our senses can sometimes trip us up or not be we could just get fooled by our senses.
It's true.
So then it only went back to the rationality, but sometimes things don't make sense, but they're still true.
Yeah.
And then that's how I started bringing intuition. So on my podcast, it's called Ela Radio, and we look at all ways of knowing, but really looking at intuition. What I've discovered by having guests on is that there's so many different ways of intuition. And some people even say like intuition is the same as instinct. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think those are 2 separate things. And so that's why I started piecing it together. And now it's like this whole chart where I included the astrology in there. I included life themes, and then also like understanding the soul, mind, body, and spirit and how they interact with each other within us. So it's like a whole thing now.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. I feel like we're
I
gonna have to have
told
like a
you.
second episode with you.
Yes,
And a
she
fourth.
did. And a fifth and a sixth. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah, but like right just then, you literally were talking for 2 minutes and I had like a million questions. I'm like, oh no, we're never gonna get through. Oh
Right?
no.
My jaw dropped and I was like, oh my God, I know nothing about astrology. Like as Melissa's giving me her like base knowledge of astrology, I'm like,
Which is little.
I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So
I was like, so yeah, I'm kind of curious about how do you know, like, so I know, like, okay, for instance, I was born a Taurus. I'm a Taurus, right? But I think it goes deeper. Well, I know it goes deeper than that. I just don't know how. But like, okay, it has to do with like what house was your sun in and your moon in when you were born.
and then she was like, then you're assigned an element. And I was like an earth element? And she was like, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't say it that mean.
You did not.
But it is
was like,
true. We do. We are assigned all of these things for sure. So I could talk about how astrology, how I started like with astrology and all
Please.
of that. Because I agree with you. Like I'm a Leo. My birthday was just on Friday.
happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. And everyone around me that was a Leo. I'm like, we're both Leos, but we're not the same. Like there's something
Right.
else that has to be true in order for this to work. And so that's why I started digging deeper. And so
Okay.
there are 9 planets that influence us. And there's actually probably more like different asteroids out there. There's different things like Chiron's an asteroid.
I was gonna ask. I said Chiron. I
You
mentioned
did.
that to
I was
her.
like, I have no idea
But
what
I
you're
don't
talking
know
about.
anything about it. It's just people talk about it all the time. It's an asteroid.
Yeah, it's an asteroid. And so it's
Okay.
a good healer. And so the reason why it's so important is because it shows where you're most wounded so that you can heal
That's-
yourself
Okay.
and then
That's
help
why
other
Melissa
people.
Walker was talking about it because she's a therapist. She's really interested in trauma. That's why she likes
Oh,
Chiron.
she is
Okay.
the trauma whore.
Yes.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
It's kind of coming together.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the Chiron, but there's all these planets and then the houses. And so it's like a little puzzle where you have a house, you have a planet, and then you have an element, or
Okay.
you also have a zodiac sign. So all the different things kind of mesh together and then create you.
Wow.
So that's like the basis of astrology, and that's why it can't be like scientifically proven because we would need like a million of you with different birth times to see what's
to study.
really you and what's the influence of the planets.
Right.
So that's where that's
Wow.
coming from. And then with the houses, so I see them as like different sections of humanity. So that's why I used them as a framework for my PhD work, because if I'm trying to bring everything together, I had to have some kind of like space to put it in. And so
Sure.
with astrology, it walks you through life. So the beginning with Aries, first house, it's about yourself. It's how you grew up, how you keep that like childhood curiosity and excitement as an Aries does. So that's why Aries now, like as adults, they're known as being impulsive or being like too ambitious, like things like this, or like leadership, because it all comes back to the beginning. Whereas Pisces is the end of the zodiac, and it's supposed to be somebody who brings everything together, who sees the collective as a whole. That's what they say Jesus is a Pisces, because
Okay.
he really brought everybody together and tried to be like the good
peacemaker.
in humanity. Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
So, and then in between, let's in halfway. Libra is about connection with yourself. So if we start at the beginning, Aries, connection with yourself, Libra, connection with others, and then Pisces, connection with the world.
So that's what like each of these signs like represent.
Oh.
But we all have part of it, like that part.
We all
is
have
part
all
of
of
this?
them. Yeah.
Okay,
we all have
okay.
every single one. Mm-hmm.
Wow. See, this is where my mind is starting to be blown because I've always been like, okay, all I know about astrology is I'm a Taurus, and I'm
Right.
one thing that I can really relate to as far as Tauruses goes, super earthy, super loyal, and probably stubborn. But like, I mean, other than that, I don't know. So you're saying it's more than just you have everything in you.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I was thinking was when you start thinking about like your signs and stuff and you want to like go to an astrologist and ask questions, like you want to ask like, okay, you don't want to say particular just what is the right thing for me to do, but maybe like, hey, with the way my house is set up, like, how can I accomplish these things that I want to accomplish? Because it's like, you're saying it's not predestiny. We're not like, oh, every Capricorn has this talent and should do this. You're just saying there are some strengths that you could have and it can help you in this way.
Exactly. Yeah. People like to use it as kind of like a map. Like, okay, these are the strengths that I have now, and these are the ones I will have in the future. So let me start working towards them.
Okay.
But I see that kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, yeah.
I really use astrology as just a way of learning more about myself. Like, it's still a way for me to understand myself and to see like how I can uplift people or how I can connect with them, how I can show my love.
Okay. I have another question. So say, what makes me a Taurus versus I hear some people say, well, you're a Taurus, but you haven't this leaning, or I don't know. Like, why do we just go by is that the whole chart that we're going by?
When we have like the differentiations of like, oh, you're Taurus, but this, then yeah, you're looking at the whole chart.
Oh,
But if you just say you're a Taurus, that just means that your sun is in Taurus.
Your sun. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When you were born.
When you were born.
But now it could be somewhere else.
Oh no, your sun's always going to be in Taurus.
Yeah.
Your sun's always in Taurus. With the progress chart, it depends on the degrees. So let's say, so for instance, I have my moon at 29 degrees.
Okay.
In Sagittarius. So in the progress chart, it would be like maybe like 3 degrees in Capricorn. Because it's always moving. Degrees. Yeah.
Interesting. And then you have to learn. Do you have to memorize all that stuff? You're like, yeah.
That's what I loved about astrology too, is that it wasn't like I had to sit down and study or read all these books. It was just like picking it up as I went along, like reading a little bit here, a little bit there. But it wasn't even like reading books. I would read a little bit and then apply it to my life and say, okay, like, is this actually working? What does it mean? That kind of thing. And like really be checking it as I went along. Because when I first started, I was kind of trying to disprove it. Because I was, like I said, I was so into academia.
Yes.
I only knew about Leo suns. And I'm like, okay, that's not true because I don't do this, and this like other Leo suns. But then that's when I had to start digging deeper and deeper. I'm like, oh, okay, there's this whole world to it.
Interesting. Right.
And so that's how I learned it, just a little by little, and really applying it to myself and then applying it to the people in my life to better understand.
Okay. So one of the things you brought up when we had our pre-conversation was that you need to create roots that are true to you and not what other people say. So how have you, and how does one create the roots that they're meant to have?
Yeah. So going back to Rene Descartes from the 1500s, he said that the only way that we know what's real is the things that, because our mind is working and because we can see that things exist. So his thing is, I am, therefore I exist.
Yes.
Or I think, therefore I am.
Do you know who that is, Melissa? Like, you've heard?
Yeah. He's a philosopher.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. I haven't. So, but I saw your face change, and so I was like, Melissa knows about this. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
I think, therefore I am, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think, therefore I am. And so he had to like basically spill out all of his belief system and see, okay, why do I believe this? Is this true? Is this not true? And so at the end of that, that's how he came up with the I think, therefore I am. So when I did it, it was right after, or it was during COVID, because I met this guy, and 4 months later we were engaged, and a little after that we were married, and my whole like support system freaked out at me, and they were like, this is the wrong guy, like you shouldn't be with him. We've been married now, it's gonna be 6 years, so like congratulations. So it ends up being good. But it was because of that I was like, okay, like I know in my heart that he's the right guy, but everyone's saying that it's wrong, that it's false. So I think that's kind of how all of this came up too, with like the beginning, what I was talking about, the different ways of knowing, that like the chart lights up with the ways of knowing, but it's just those two that what the world sees that says that no, like on paper, it would never work. But in actuality, it has been working. So I had to really dump out every single belief system that I had about love, about the same time I was in my PhD program, and I was thinking about quitting because I was getting all into the spiritual stuff. So I'm like, how can I be spiritual and an academic? Like that doesn't really make sense. So all of this was happening at the same time that grounded spirits came up. So it was like really trying to embrace myself as an oxymoron. And now I'm seeing that everybody's multi-dimensional. Everybody is an oxymoron. Everybody has these
they
different
work
parts
together.
in themselves.
Yeah. If you let them.
If you let them, that's the thing, is that we're constantly fighting with ourselves. Like our head and our hearts are fighting, or like our guts are fighting with the other parts of ourselves. And that's why I created the chart, so that we can like see all the different parts of ourselves, so that we know who is fighting with who.
Okay, so wait, you created a chart of your own?
Yeah.
Oh, tell us about that. I think I didn't understand that.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
At the beginning, the 16 different ways of knowing.
That,
it's all
okay.
part of a chart.
Is that what you were saying? Because I was just about to ask you. You said, like, everybody's telling me no, but they're just looking at on paper and, like, head in the heart. I'm looking at the chart, and it all was lighting up saying this is right. What were you seeing on what was your
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, because what's lighting up when you're like, it's lighting up, you're not talking about just like in your brain and in your heart it's lighting up. You're talking about you followed
your 16
a very
modalities.
Specific, yeah.
Oh, well, at the time it was, I just created this, like it's going to be a book that's coming out soon, but it's not like, it's been through trying to figure this out that I've been able to create the chart.
Nice. Okay. So like what was lighting up for you?
So for me, it was like the negative parts, or the parts that like
to say this is right. It's okay.
To go against, like the grain. Because a lot of times, especially like we do a lot of work with like domestic violence and stuff. And it's like, oh, if your friends are telling you these are red flags, this is bad, like you should probably listen to your friends when they're all telling you something. But what you're saying is that all of your friends and family were like, hey, this isn't right. Like, this is too fast. But you went against that, and it was exactly what you were meant to do and supposed to do, and you're happy and thriving. So yeah, I'd love to know how
you knew.
Yeah, like the difference.
Yeah. So my chart, it combines the soul, mind, body, and spirit, and then the 4 disciplines. And so for me, the 2 main ones that really lit up were
what are the 4 disciplines, just for those who don't know, like myself?
Yeah. The natural sciences, the social sciences, the humanities, and the arts.
Thank you. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So the body of the soul is expression. So if we think about our soul, if we were to think about our soul having a body, it would be how we express ourselves.
Yes.
And the way of knowing is somatic. So when you feel it inside, like your body feels good doing this.
Right.
The somatic part. Then the academic subject related to it is the performing arts. So like theater, dance. I would even say like entrepreneurship, leadership, like getting up and like speaking, or like using your body to express, like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then the astrology sign is Leo. So shining bright, all of that. So like with my husband, he allows me to shine bright. He doesn't put me in a box to like, you can only do this. He allows me to like spread out, and like what we were talking about earlier with the roots, to go deep with things and to really build these sturdy roots, so that now the foundation is like set for us to be able to like live out our dreams. So that was a really big one. With the belief system, so that one's more intuitive, where if someone tells you something, like it's up to you to check within and think like, is this true? Is this not true? I always like to use like short and tall, because if you're short or you're tall. It's not something that can be, so someone would
can be measured.
Short. Yeah, like if someone were to call me short, I'm really tall. So if someone were to call me short, I'd be like, no, I know that's not true, so it doesn't matter. But if someone were to call me dumb, then I'd be like, oh, like, am I dumb? Like, you'd be rethinking it. And so like that kind of thing. So that's like where it really hit hard with me with my husband, was that what everybody else was saying, it didn't feel like how inside it felt like what they were saying was wrong. Like if they were saying that he's short, he's really tall too. So it's like if everyone was calling him short when I know that he's not short. So like that's where that one came in. That's Cancer. Cancer is naturally rules the moon. So the moon is the sign of your internal world, your intuition, your emotions are also part of that.
And
Where did the Cancer come in for you?
That's what I was going to say. How did you attach, like earlier you said that was Leo and this is Cancer. How do you attaching?
Are these your like specific elements or?
Oh no, this is the general for everybody.
So you're just saying these are like aspects of a Cancer is like to, like you said, Leo is helping you shine bright. And so what makes that the case? It's just because Leo, that's what it embodies.
With Cancer, I was saying that it rules the moon and things. So it is about like really tapping in and feeling. And then with the belief systems, Cancers I always see them like a little crab where they're really about protecting the inner and pushing out the outer. And so when we see this in society, it's like when groups come together and like, oh, you're not part of us. So like you can't be part of this. So that's where I was saying with Cancer. And this is the body of the mind. So with Cancer, it's knowing what is, how do I say this? The mind. Okay. So when we think about conceptualize what a mind is, some people would say that it is you, and other people say it's the body. And so like that's where a lot of like the fight comes in. But if you think about the mind as a body, it would be the belief systems. It would be, this is what I believe and this is how I'm acting. So like the body is going to follow whatever the belief systems are in place. And so that's why Cancer would come in there.
I think that we're confused on, so are we hearing that like we are all the signs?
Yeah, you're all of them.
Oh, okay. So we have all of the signs, and then those signs mean something different that pertain to you. So for you were saying that for you, the Cancer represents
the mind, the belief system.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And you were saying that what the Leo for you means that's like your light up.
Yeah.
Shining bright.
But that's for everybody. Wherever it is that you have Leo, that's where you shine. That's where you light up.
Got you.
What do you mean when you say that? Like wherever that is.
Wherever house that you have it. And let's look at like the chart for today. Like
yeah, because okay, so
today.
I'm not trying to take us on a different tangent, but because you can also like use charts for businesses and like relationships besides just
when you say business, like the day you like launched it, like that would be like the
that's the date that you'd put into the
yeah, because I wanted to like kind of I was thinking about for you and I, Sam.
Yeah. That would be really fascinating.
Yeah. But okay, so like
do you have
let's look at today.
Right now.
Yeah, we did January 2nd, 2024.
Okay.
In Swanee, Georgia.
Wow. Okay. You're smart.
You are too.
So, okay. So talking about Cancer and the moon, that it naturally rules for you guys, it rules in Virgo in the 12th house. So what this means is that you guys like getting into the dark and the unknown. So put it out and bring it out into the lights.
It's so true. That's what we want our podcast to be about.
I don't understand this.
Yeah, and then the Virgo means that you want to help. You want to be a service to like help people as they listen to it.
I'm like sweating.
Literally what we said we wanted to do. It seems like magic. What's going on?
That's why, like, when I first started getting into it, I'm like, there's no way. And then it just keeps happening over and over and over again. That's why I have my whole show about it. And every time it always hits. So
but wait, so why did you decide to look at where Cancer was and
like, where Virgo is?
Yeah.
Oh, that was just the first thing that popped up to me on here.
Interesting.
Yeah. But like I could go into the other ones. Let's see.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, so you have, this is cool. So Sagittarius in the 3rd house, it means that it's like Sagittarius looks like an arrow. So I would say it's like a straight shooter.
Okay.
When they're ready to commit. So the 3rd house is like how you are seen by the outside world. And so you have Venus, Mercury, and Mars all in this house. So what that means is Venus is about love, Mercury is about communication, And Mars is about like action, but also like motivation or drive. And all of this is coming together to say that you are seen as somebody. Oh, okay. This is kind of like you guys are like the ones that are, you know how people say jump on the bandwagon? You guys are driving the bandwagon. And like people are like jumping on to like
That's how I feel.
Good.
Oh my God, that is
Interesting.
wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
Oh my God, I'm gonna start using that like in our like maybe our season 3 intro will be, or wait, no, we are in season 4. Our 4th intro will be something about like jump on our bandwagon.
That's right. So so now so I'm starting to like get more of a clear picture because you're talking about Venus means love. This means and I'm kind of understanding that a little bit. And I understand how you said the houses are kind of like how the sky is divided up. But what does each house kind of stand for too? Like what makes you know that, that stuff in the 3rd house means this?
Yeah.
I like to memorize it by like a few words, so I can go through them really fast. So the first house is about yourself. The 2nd house is about your values and like financial.
Oh.
3rd house is about like how you're seen in the outside world, but it's also like early childhood, especially with school and with siblings and communication. The 4th house is about family and like that's where like the roots are built. And so if like you didn't grow up in a good family, those roots are really small. So then it's up to you when you're an adult to build those deep roots. But that's also why the IC, it's the bottom of the chart in the 4th house, it represents like the lowest part of the chart. I think it got really dark all of a sudden, but
no, this is interesting. Thank you.
That's all in the 4th house of like
Okay.
getting dark and
like the negatives.
Well, it's interesting because in your guys' chart, you guys have Capricorn, and so Capricorn is about like you guys people might be like drowning and you like lift them up.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
That's because you have Pluto here too, so you're about deep transformation.
That's all we wanted. Like we've deeply transformed. I know I have for sure, and Melissa, I know that you've been enlightened through this, and like that's what we hope, is that we really hope that people, they listen to us and like they're inspired to change into whatever it is that they have been thinking or wanting to be.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, and so that's definitely Capricorn. Capricorn's an ambitious sign, and like you said earlier, like the leadership. But I always see it as like a mountain. And so since in the 4th house is typically a water sign. So it's like this mountain in the sea. And so people are coming out of the sea and onto the mountain.
Oh, that like is so beautiful, like a landing pad, a safe space.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what we said too from the beginning, huh, Sam? We wanted it to be a safe space to talk about things that are difficult.
Blown. This is what we needed to like kind of piece it all together. And
yes, thank you.
Yeah. Now it's making sense. Okay.
So how many houses are there? 12?
There's 12. So yeah, I'm halfway done.
Okay, she's at 4. You're at 5 now.
Yeah.
I'm writing them down.
Wait, so you said our dark house like wasn't even dark. Our dark house was that like we save, like we want to be a okay.
Yeah. So you guys are lucky that all of the water signs that are typically water signs here, they're earth signs. So it like balances you out nicely.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I love that.
So the 5th house is expression, the way that you express yourself, like love. It's also like with children and like finding like your inner child and like taking care of your inner child.
Okay.
The 6th house is about routine, about work, your day-to-day. It's also health. The 7th house is about relationship, like one-on-one relationship specifically. Typically, people like to say that it's marriage, but I say it's also like business, financial, like any pairing where it's one-on-one is the 7th house.
Okay.
The 8th house is about the taboo stuff like sex, drugs.
Ooh, what are we?
So you have Taurus here. And Taurus, as you know, is about like being loyal and stubborn. But you also have Jupiter here, and Jupiter is about expansion. So it's kind of like the more that you talk about these taboo subjects, the more that you'll expand.
Ooh,
and you also have Uranus here, and that one is about like a revolution. It's like switching things up and like changing the way that people typically see these things.
Oh,
This
nice.
is amazing.
Mhm.
Okay.
Then the ninth house is about higher learning. So it could be higher learning like in school, but it could also be like a spiritual higher learning or just like learning in general. It's also traveling, languages, foreign languages, things like that.
Okay.
The 10th house is legacy, reputation, your career, how you're seen in the public eye.
How
Which
would you
different-
say that's different from the third house?
I was just gonna say that.
Oh.
Which is different than the third house because the third house is like your initiation, like your opening, whereas the 10th house is more like this is like your long-standing legacy, like after we're all dead and gone, like what is remains.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, what is ours? What's gonna remain?
This is so sweet. It's in Cancer, so it's like that nurturing,
Aw.
like nurturing, like the love, compassion, taking care of one another, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
That's
I love it.
amazing.
Mhm. Then the 11th house is community, but it's also like dreams, aspirations, like getting your like elevating, getting to the next level. And then
Okay.
the 12th house is like your subconscious, your dreams. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, like spirituality is also in there.
But I
Yeah.
feel like that house that is a composite of all of them, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's
it
kind
is.
of what it sounds like to me because it sounds like we hit
absolutely.
like
Yeah.
Put it.
yeah. Okay.
Wow. Okay. So I'm feeling like I'm finally kind of some of the stuff we were talking about earlier is making more
Yes.
sense.
Yeah. Okay.
It's hard
So
without examples.
it is. It is. And
Thank
usually we
you.
operate off of examples. So I'm really glad that we moved into this direction because it's really, really clicking. So we just said that a good way to look at it is that it's like, a collective, and then a composite of everything that like went through. So if I had to guess, I'm not going to know like because I don't know anything, what is in that last one. But if I had to guess, whatever you would have to tell us, it would be something off of things off of being inspirational, growth, love, happy. Like if I had to guess, like that's what you would tell us.
It would sometimes, because with the 12th house, it encompasses everything like what we were saying. So you could see it in the positive light, but then the other way to see it would be like in Stranger Things, like the upside down world, because it's the shadow side of the first house. So like the circle, it doesn't go a circle like a clock. It starts here. So it's 1, 12. So
Okay.
like
Okay.
it's on this side, and then it goes 1, 2,
Oh,
3 to
yeah.
7.
Kind of like with
Upside
the
down
dark,
house.
like the dark tarots and the shadow work.
Yeah.
Like knowing how to like work, like taking the negative things, but like knowing how to work with them for yourself.
Yeah, to make them into a positive. So that's why I kind of agree with you, Sam, but
No,
it
that makes
has
sense.
like the negative side in there too. To
So
change it.
how
Yeah,
using
remind me
our
what
example.
yeah,
okay.
remind me what our one was, and then remind me how that.
So your 1 is in Libra. So Libra is super bubbly. Exactly like
One is like the
everything that
self, right?
brought me to your show in the first place. Like,
Aw.
how fun and bubbly you both are. And then like the dark side would be Virgo, which Virgos, like the dark side of them is like they want to be perfectionists. And so
Okay.
that will like
That's not
deter
me at
them
all.
Same.
from doing it. But because you have Lilith here, Lilith acts like a little bubble.
I like
Where-
Lilith. I like that name. I feel like isn't she kind of like mischievous?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the reason why I call it a bubble is because you have to pop it in order to like let all of like your mischievousness come out and like be
Ah.
proud of it and not be ashamed of it.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So
Mhm.
what's in our
Wow.
12th house if we're going back to our example of
Lilith is there.
Lilith? That's where
yeah,
you're
that's
oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah,
my bad.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I asked how like what was our first house and how does that reflect into like our negative, quote unquote.
The last house.
But
So because you're so light and airy, you wouldn't assume like it just like looking at the picture, you wouldn't assume that you dig into these deep like, subject
so true.
too. And so that's like
My
where,
whole
the
life,
heart
people
comes
are
in.
like, "You're not what we thought you were."
Right. And then our name is like an oxymoron is how I explain it to people. Cause like the people who don't get it immediately, cause a lot of people like her skirts up and they get it immediately. And then others are like, but why? Like, you know, like showing people your underwear. I'm like, no, skirts up. Like kind of like
Digging
fuck you in the
in.
normal, like, you know, concepts. Like we can, yes, dig in, do hard work, and like we can just do all things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very cool.
That was really fascinating.
So now let me share my, there's no sharing. I was like, let me share my chart so so I can actually
Oh, make it, Sam, make it so she can share.
Oh, can I do that?
Yeah. This is awesome. I would love to have you back
Yeah.
let's do that. Having so
if
much
you
fun.
would. That would be amazing.
I'm so glad like you know, it shifted into like really being able to grasp it because now
Right.
it's making so much sense. And now it's
I
like,
feel like I'm understanding it more than I ever have.
and now it's like feeding that curiosity of like, wow, okay, so there's this to learn about, there's this to dig into. And so now it's like creating that picture of like curiosity that like we have to look into.
Right. Okay. Ooh, the people who like have our Patreon or whatnot are going to
Yeah.
be able to get this chart. This is interesting. Okay.
Oh.
If you're okay with us sharing it there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
So the top part is like the ways of knowing. So like archetypal, this is like where astrology came in. I put influencers because I thought about like religion is in here, astrology is in here, actual like influencers are in here, and like even like
Wait, remind me what this chart is. I'm sorry. This is the one you created.
this is the one I created. Yeah.
And you called
Nice.
it, what do you call it?
I call it the Arnellian framework.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay. How did you get Arnellian?
that's my husband's last name, Arnellis.
Oh, love it. Okay.
I love that. Okay, and this chart tells us.
It explains everything. So we could look at it like so let me like go through the charts first and then it'll make more sense.
Please.
So the first part is the ways of knowing. So like when we think about like a mystical way of knowing, it could be like a sign or like the 111 that people see. It'd be here with the soul of the soul. Then love, this is what our souls want and crave is love. But Scorpio is in here, which is about digging deep. And the thing is that Scorpio is sometimes seen as dark, but love is so beautiful and so large and expansive. But the deeper that you go, the things are gonna have to come up that you have to work through. And that's like where this math comes in. I think that the reason, like this is like my own thing. I think that the reason why people even started doing math, like now it's like all complicated with a bunch of things that no one asked for. What I think the root of math is to understand love. Like if we think about like the limits and like infinities, people have been trying to figure out like the different kinds of infinities and is this infinity bigger than this infinity? And I'm like, all you're looking at is love. So that's
Like
why
how many loves can
Wow.
you have and how much love can you give?
yeah. And also like how when people are always trying to say like how much you love somebody, like how do you show that love? And people say like to the moon and back or to like different things like that. But if you have in these different kinds of infinities, they're different kinds of love for different kinds of people. And you love
Interesting.
everybody, but there's always going to be
Differently.
it's still infinite. Like you still love this person
Right.
infinite, but there's different levels to this infinity.
Okay.
So that's just one example.
Can I ask a real quick question? So you're showing that Scorpio is there in that part of the chart. But what I don't understand is I thought the planets were always moving. Like, is this like from a snapshot from you or
Like this is your
how
personal.
did Scorpio get in that place right there?
So it's you're looking at astrology as far as like active astrology going that's happening now. They are always constantly moving. I'm
Mhm.
looking at astrology as the archetypes. So like, what
Okay.
does Scorpio in and of itself mean?
Thank
And
you.
then we can apply it to the chart later. So let's see yours since we're here.
Oh,
You have Scorpio.
We're talking about the
business.
business.
The business, yes.
Or
Okay.
us.
Okay. So that we can make sense.
I
Okay.
think of it
okay.
like, yeah, the business, but also like it's us. It's our
Right.
relationship.
Yeah. So skirts up has it in the second house. So it's the values. So you value love and you value spreading love.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So for me, I have Scorpio in the 10th house. So my love comes from my career, from the different programs that I have. So this is, even to all the things that we've talked about, this is just one little thing compared
Fair.
to all of the other things that I'm working on.
Okay.
So Scorpio, like it's so deep where you just have to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's what I love about Scorpio, even though it does get a bad rap.
So, okay, so you're saying, okay, can I ask a question? So, across the top of the chart is soul, mind, spirit, and body, but it's also down the left side.
Mhm.
And I'm not used to seeing the same things on both the top and the left of a chart. I'm used to seeing like two things and how they intersect. So, what is this meaning? Like, what are we looking at?
Yeah, so when I first started doing this kind of work, I was trying to figure out, I was trying to separate them. Like, what is the soul? What is the mind? And then spirit ended up coming out of soul, that I thought they were the same thing, but turns out they're completely different. Soul is something that we have inside, and then the spirit's like our aura, or like our energy that we give off. And then the
Mhm.
body, obviously our body.
That makes
And
sense.
I tried to separate them by themselves, but it's not, I don't think it's possible to separate them because they're so interconnected with everything else. So I
Okay.
had to put it along the side over here to then be able to analyze them as they connect instead of
The spirit of the body, the
How does
spirit
the
of the
spirit
mind.
connect with the soul? And I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What the spirit, like spirit to spirit, what the spirit like truly embodies.
Okay.
Okay,
And so
okay,
then you were able to take each sign and kind of say what it embodies. Okay. I'm here with you.
I'm following
So
you now.
how the soul and the soul, the true soul, you've got mystical, love, Scorpio, and mathematics, which you're saying is love.
Yeah. So that's like the outside is all based on astrology, but then the inside, these are the problems that us humans have not been able to figure out. So, for instance, here with energy, it's like, how do we give and take in equal amounts? Either we're giving too much or we're not taking enough. And then same with like responsibilities, like up here with duty and moral, like we either do too much or we don't do enough. And then
Okay.
same here with awareness. It's either we're not aware of what's going on or we're too aware where now it's hurting us because we're too aware of everything. And then social power. I mean, I don't have to talk about politics and power and stuff.
Yeah.
That's clearly an issue that we're going through. So these four are like what I'm saying are the four of like what we're trying to solve, because out here, these are all based in astrology where these are recurring cycles that will happen for forever.
Okay.
They've been happening for thousands of years and they will continue to happen for thousands of years. But these four in the center, awareness, duty, power, and energy, these are the ones that we need to like work on. And so the way that I've seen it do it is like cutting this up in fourths. So
Okay.
for self-awareness, it's self-love, having the will to do things, and using your desires not as a negative, but as a positive. Like if you desire something, like you have a need for something, give it to yourself. And if, unless it's something like, let's say like you have a desire to steal. So then you would go to this awareness part and reflect on it. Okay, why do I want to steal? Okay, because I don't have anything. Okay, well, is there a different way that I can get this? Okay, then let me go do that. Because people like to just say, "Oh, I desire this thing, but I'm not going to do anything about it. It's a bad desire," and they
Try to
they
stuff
sit on
it.
themselves for
Interesting.
desiring this negative thing. But it's supposed to be a good thing. Like there's a reason why you want this. Just do some
Right. It's playing a
self-reflection,
role.
and then now bring love into it, and now the desire can be a positive thing.
Okay. So we can use like these. So that actually kind of brings us full circle, in my opinion, how we can use astrology to help us grow. Like you don't have to just look at it and be like, oh, it's going to tell me how I'm supposed to be. You can say, I'm having these feelings. But let's look more into it about why, and then how can I make them work for me in a positive way.
Exactly. So like
Okay.
here being Libra, I have Libra in the 9th house. So for me, it was to dive into education, which is how this whole thing came about. But like for you guys with Libra, with skirts up, it's in the first house. So it's really looking at what both of your desires are and then being able to to reflect on it, to then and bring it out into the world with the will.
Yeah.
And then like bring that love in to like make it even more.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I've been working on.
I love it. Thank you. Well, now I want to ask the question of how can we help ourselves be, let's see,
The best
more
that-
successful,
and
like
doing
not,
what we're trying to do.
yeah, like reach more people. Yeah.
To help them to better. Yeah.
Where would we look there?
So with reaching more people, what I've found is that it doesn't matter how good your content is. Because like I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but for me, like the stuff that I put out that I'm like, oh, this episode was okay, but I'm still gonna put it out. Versus I love this episode so much. But
So
then the
true.
one that you thought was okay, like that one gets more
Yup.
attention. And
Can
what I
happen.
have found is that it's really about feeling safe being seen. So when you feel it inside, then it brings it out more. So with those episodes that you're like about, you don't care who sees it because you're like whatever. But when it's something that you actually love, you're putting yourself out there. That when it's not reciprocated, like the same energy that you're putting out, and it's not reciprocated, then that's when I feel sad. But it really is just about allowing yourself to be seen and being proud of what you put out in a way, not saying that you don't, how do I say this? I feel like I'm confusing the words now, but
Like not trying to protect it because it's like
Not perfect.
vulnerable.
yeah,
Or
not
yeah.
perfect too. Yeah, both of them. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's about like being more vulnerable with yourself. And going back to my chart with the Leo like expression for skirts up, it's in the 5th house, so it's going against the grain, and like that's how you express.
Yeah.
So like really sticking with that and not caring if people
Get
like
feathers
say,
ruffled.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well that is like an
Thank
internal
you.
battle, like for me too, because I feel like both of us. I feel like Melissa, like when you're talking about like the Mormon Church, like you are very careful not to offend anyone and like ruffle any feathers, even though that was your past and that is your truth, if you want to say. But it sounds like it's okay, like it's giving us kind of permission to like it's okay to say what we need to say. Like we're not trying to ruffle any feathers, but it's just something that needs to get said, and it doesn't have to be true for you. It's true for us.
Right. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
This was amazing. Thank you so much for reaching out to us and joining us on Skirts Up. Like I had like I said, I was really scared when we first started this conversation. Like, oh shit, like what are we doing? Like there's no way
What I get into.
right. I was like, this is just gonna look at how dumb I am. But it's what's like really fascinating. And now like it just kind of
questions.
That is very nice of you. Well, here's the thing. Like if we have the questions,
someone else
other people do too.
Yeah. And this wow, just this is really uplifting too, as we're like preparing to come into season 4 and like to hear I wouldn't have even thought to look into Skirts Up and like it's astrology, and just to hear like everything that you had to share with us based on what that is. It's like, wow, like we really are like doing what we thought we were doing. It's kind of like what I'm hearing.
Yes, that's what I love about astrology. It's like when you look at your personal one, it's like, whoa, like I actually am in the right direction.
That's
Especially when I was saying
awesome.
earlier that like everyone was saying, don't do this. But when I looked at my astrology, I'm like, no, it's right. Like, look, it's
That makes sense. Yeah, now that
You
clicks
have
too.
like just like looking since you have it in front of you, our dates and our houses and whatnot. Do you have anything that you're like, hey, this is something I think you guys should know, and I'm gonna tell you before we head out?
Yeah, ruffle the feathers. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, definitely. That's the number one thing.
Okay.
Because the North Node is in Aries. And so it's like you guys are going to be doing something that no one else has done before. So Aries is like the first to do things. So
Oh, wow.
like really focus on that. Like what's something that no one else has done, or like in your own way, because obviously everyone has
Right. I'm about to say, man, I'll have to
Sure.
reflect on
in
that because
your
what
own way. And
Everything's been
by-
done, but yeah.
But it's by so your Chiron we were talking about at the beginning is right next to it.
Okay.
So North Node is about like evolving and moving forward spiritually. But the Chiron is like that wound. So like there's a wound that you may not want to go first, or like something that comes up that you may not want to, but you know that it's going to help people. So you're going to do it because
Being
it's gonna help
vulnerable.
people.
Oh, we both have that. Yeah, we both have talked about how we were raised and things that we want to talk about and bring up, but we feel like we're still trying to protect people from our childhood, that we're like, okay, no, we'll just brush over that. But we keep teetering with it. So that's like really amazing that you brought that up. Like I actually just got goosebumps.
I did too.
And the fact that it's in the 7th house, meaning like that one-on-one relationship, like between the two of you, is incredible. So to really you like help each other with those wounds so that you can bring it out into this main stage.
Oh man, I don't know what's going on with me, but I might cry.
I literally have the same feeling, Sam. I love you so much.
I do. And we have like seen each other through a lot.
I love you.
Yes.
We have.
Thank you so much for having me on. That's just been great. Thank
This
you.
is amazing.
You
Thank
blew
you
our
so
minds.
much. Our minds are blown, which is like what we're always looking for.
Did you like the episode that you heard today? Great. Share it with a friend and don't forget to rate and review.